Valentine's Day, the day of love. Roses, chocolates, expensive dinners. Valentine's Day, the one day of the year when red explodes everywhere. Chocolate prices mysteriously double. Restaurants suddenly have special couple packages. And your phone is either blowing up with heart emojis or completely silent. But here's the thing. Most people think they know Valentine's Day. Roses, romance, candlelight dinners, cute couple selfies. But the truth, this holiday has a history so strange, so dramatic, and honestly so chaotic, that if you turned it into a movie, people would say it's unrealistic. So today, in classic stick character style, imagine our tiny round-headed hero holding a giant heart balloon. That's way too heavy for him. We're diving into 7 things you probably didn't know about Valentine's Day. Let's start with something that might completely flip your perspective. Valentine's Day did not begin as a romantic holiday. Not even close. In fact, its origins trace back to an ancient Roman festival called Lupercalia. Imagine our stick characters wearing tiny Roman helmets, dramatically shouting. In Latin, while chaos unfolds in the background, Lupercalia was celebrated in mid-February and involved rituals that were, let's just say, very unromantic by today's standards. There were sacrifices, strange ceremonies, and even a lottery system where men and women were paired up randomly. Yes, ancient blind dating, except you didn't swipe right. Your name got pulled out of a jar. Romantic? Questionable. Chaotic? Absolutely. Now here's where it gets even more confusing. The holiday is named after Saint Valentine, but historians aren't even 100% sure which Valentine it was. There were at least 2 different martyrs named Valentine in ancient Rome. So picture 2 identical stick characters, both labeled Valentine, arguing over who the holiday belongs to. One popular legend says Valentine was a priest who secretly performed marriages for soldiers after Emperor Claudius I banned them. Claudius believed single men made better soldiers, so he outlawed marriage. Valentine said, "Nope," and kept marrying couples in secret. Eventually, he was caught and executed. So yes, the holiday about love may have started as an act of rebellion. Romantic and rebellious. That's a solid origin story. But here's something even more surprising. Valentine's Day didn't become associated with romantic love until the Middle Ages. Fast forward, in our stick animation timeline, our character is now wearing medieval clothes and dramatically writing with a giant feather quill. The poet Geoffrey Chaucer is often credited with linking Valentine's Day to romance. In the 14th century, he wrote about birds choosing their mates in mid-February. And suddenly people were like, oh, this must be a love holiday. Imagine that. One poem, and boom, a global romantic tradition begins. That's influencer-level impact before social media even existed. Now let's talk about the first Valentine cards, because they weren't cute pink glitter cards with cartoon bears. The oldest known Valentine message dates back to 1415. Charles, Duke of Orléans, wrote a love letter to his wife while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London. Picture our stick character behind cartoon prison bars, dramatically writing, "My very gentle Valentine." That letter still exists today. And here's the wild part. The tradition of sending Valentine cards didn't really explode until the 1800s, when mass production became possible. So the entire buying cards industry, that's relatively modern. And yes, our stick character is now running a tiny factory, printing thousands of hearts while money rains from the sky. Speaking of money, here's something most people don't realize. Valentine's Day is one of the biggest commercial holidays in the world. Billions of dollars are spent every year on gifts, chocolates, jewelry, flowers, and dining. Imagine our stick character checking his empty wallet, while a store owner stick figure rubs their hands together like a cartoon villain, red balloons everywhere, limited time offer signs flashing. It's not just about love anymore, it's a full-scale economic event. Jewelry sales skyrocket, Chocolate companies make massive profits. Flower shops? Absolute chaos. It's capitalism wrapped in a heart-shaped box. And that leads us to something else you probably didn't know. Red roses became the symbol of Valentine's Day because of Greek and Roman mythology. The rose was associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love. In Roman mythology, she's known as Venus. So, in our stick animation, imagine a dramatic goddess stick figure floating down from the sky, surrounded by roses, while our main character awkwardly holds a single flower behind his back. Over time, red roses became the ultimate symbol of passionate love. But here's the interesting part. Different colored roses actually have different meanings. Red means love, yellow can mean friendship, white symbolizes purity. So yes, if someone gives you yellow roses on Valentine's Day, that might be a subtle message. Now here's a twist most people never think about. Valentine's Day isn't celebrated the same way everywhere. In Japan, for example, women traditionally give chocolates to men on February 14th. Yes, the roles are reversed. Imagine our stick character confidently handing out chocolates to confused male stick figures. And then plot twist. Exactly 1 month later, on March 14th, there's something called White Day, where men return the favor. In South Korea, there's even a Black Day in April for singles who didn't receive gifts. They gather and eat black bean noodles together. So, while some people are celebrating love in February, others are dramatically slurping noodles in April with fellow singles. Iconic. Here's something slightly darker. Valentine's Day has also been associated with one of the most infamous events in American history, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1929. During the Prohibition era, members of a rival gang were killed in Chicago in an incident believed to be connected to Al Capone. So yes, on a day now known for hearts and kisses, history once recorded one of the most brutal gang-related crimes. In our stick animation, imagine a sudden tonal shift, dramatic noir lighting, gangster hats, exaggerated mustaches. It's a reminder that holidays evolve. They carry layers of history we rarely think about. Another surprising fact, conversation hearts. Those tiny pastel candies with phrases like "be mine" were originally medical lozenges. In the 1800s, a pharmacist named Oliver Chase invented a machine to make lozenges more efficiently. Later, his brother had the idea to print messages on them. And just like that, candy became a communication tool. Picture our stick character holding a giant candy heart that says, "Text me," instead of "be mine." The technology has changed, but the message is the same. And here's one more detail that might change how you see the day. Teachers receive the most Valentine cards. Not couples, not spouses, teachers. Kids exchange Valentine cards in classrooms, and teachers often end up with stacks of them. So, while the world markets Valentine's Day as strictly romantic, in reality, it's also about friendship, appreciation, and simple kindness. Imagine our stick character as a teacher drowning in tiny heart-shaped notes while smiling proudly. Finally, here's the biggest thing you probably didn't know. Valentine's Day is constantly evolving. It has shifted from ancient Roman rituals to medieval poetry, from handwritten prison letters to mass-produced greeting cards, from secret marriages to billion-dollar industries. It has meant rebellion. It has meant poetry. It has meant profit. And today, it means different things to different people. For some, it's a celebration of deep romantic love. For others, it's about friendship. For some, it's self-love, buying your own chocolates and not waiting for anyone else. And for others, it's just another Tuesday. So as our little stick character stands at the end of this video holding a slightly deflated heart balloon, looking at the camera, maybe the real surprise about Valentine's Day isn't just its strange history, it's how flexible it is. A holiday that survived empires, wars, mass production, commercialization, and cultural shifts, and still managed to stay relevant. That's impressive. And maybe this year, whether you're buying roses, sending a meme, eating chocolate alone, or just ignoring the whole thing, you'll remember that behind the pink decorations, And Instagram posts is a story that goes back thousands of years. A story of rebellion, poetry, marketing genius, mythology, and human connection. And honestly, that's way more interesting than just another heart-shaped box.